One of the things that we discovered was that video is being really underutilised on the web today. And video, throughout the history of television, we've really become accustomed to watching images and being instructed and learning from images. There's an entire industry called advertising, which has been built around that. The web itself, though, is fairly static. If you go to most web pages at the moment, they're not really using video, and they're relatively bland. They might have some animation, but not much more. Our view is that as you move over the next 10 years of the internet, it's going to look a lot more like television than what it does, than anything else really. Because you start having the bandwidth to do rich experiences, you can start streaming video as part of a website and make that something which is actually embedded into the background of a website. It could be live footage, it could be looped, it could be whatever you want it to be. But it will just make the internet a far more compelling, visually stimulating medium. But one example of a really useful development that we've seen is instructional videos. So when the iPad was launched, Steve Jobs said, in the advertising campaign that you already know how to use it. As it turns out, a lot of people didn't really know how to use it, or they only had a limited understanding of how they were going to use it. But there was no instruction manual. What you do, though, if you want to learn how to use the iPad, is go to YouTube, type in, "show me cool things to do with my iPad," and you will find hundreds of videos of people showing you how to do cool things with the iPad. Because you're watching it, you can actually do it yourself at the same time. It's visually compelling, you can see the action, you can see the result, and you can learn from that. And increasingly we're finding people are doing this for all sorts of devices. So for anything that's cool and new that's coming into the marketplace, somebody somewhere has probably got a video camera and filmed themselves using it to basically show off how clever they are with it. And if you're trying to get a message across to somebody, if you're trying to educate them on how to use your product, then take advantage of this movement that's happening at the moment and use video to instruct people, because we know it is so compelling. I think video, we already know that we respond so well to 30-second TV commercials or less. We are used to and trained to absorb messages delivered to us through video. And a lot of businesses have considered that up until now it was too expensive and they couldn't buy airtime on television. Airtime on YouTube doesn't cost anything. Putting a video on your website doesn't cost very much, it costs very little. There are some issues around creating good video. I don't think anybody can just pick up a camera and expect to have an award-winning ad, but there are a lot of people out there that can help you. And you do it once, you maybe do a bad job. You do it a second time, you do it better. You do it a third time, you get better again. Or you find help. You pay somebody to help you with this, because there are a lot of people out there with skills. And I don't think it's that big a leap. If you know what it is you're trying to do, if you know what is the message that you're trying to get across, then really it's just a matter of bringing that from the conversation or the demonstration that you might give to a client and putting that into the realm of video so you can give that same demonstration to as many people as watch it. The main takeaway from this is that change is inevitable, and change is really being driven by broadband technology. In some ways, it's the extension of the changes that we've seen happen over the last 15 years. As we move to more reliable, faster, higher speed, and more ubiquitous broadband networks, be them fixed or wireless, that change will accelerate. People need to be thinking about that today. If they don't think about it today, then change will pass them by. There is a world of opportunities out there at the moment for people to create new business models, or potentially to save existing ones, to be able to sidestep the changes that are coming and to take advantage of the positive ones. But if they're not thinking about it now, those changes could slip them by. And I think it's really important that people educate themselves as to what the potential and possibilities are today, so that they can give themselves a good position from which to understand the changes that are coming further on from now.